Hello everyone and welcome to today's podcast. It's a bit of a different one that I thought would be quite fun for everyone to listen in on. I have the top 5 ranked high score players for Archaeology and 5.6. So I have Mr. Lamy, Mr. Lee, Mr. Omid, myself, and Mr. ITrolledU. So I don't think it's ever been done before with like the top of the top talking to each other, and it's like the elitist podcast, if you will, right? All of the top cool nerds talking to each other. It should be pretty fun. But there's quite a lot of things that I want to talk about in regards to the race, if I can actually say English properly, right? But yeah, so it's just going to be a conversation that you guys can listen in on pretty much. Hello to everyone, and hopefully you're having a lovely day today. I want to start off just congratulating you, Mr. Lamy, for getting number 1 twice in a row. Does it feel any different to Invention? And are you happy with how you done?
I mean, I guess I am. It was harder, though. That's for sure.
Is it harder because it took longer, or...?
Took less sleeping.
So you had to sacrifice more sleep. I see, alright. And it's less of a viable, right? So you can chuck as much money at Archaeology?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Invention was just between like Scuzzy and Lamy, right? Pretty much.
Because Lamy, you sniped it at the end, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember that being the thing where Scuzzy was pretty devastated when you like creeped up on him. And how did that happen? Were you saving up
I
stuff?
wasn't even going for it, not gonna lie. Like, I just kept disassembling shit, not knowing what to do. Then I was like, I can get first if I spend like 20 or 30 bill. And my girlfriend at the time said like, go for it. So I did an all-nighter. Like, I buy tectonic energies and malevolent energies from PVM climbs, and have friends make the helms for me. So that was like a community more effort than anything.
That's crazy.
That's pretty cool though. I didn't have any information on like the whole previous race really, because this is like the first one I've kind of proper got into, so it's cool to just hear different perspectives on it. I know Scuzzy spent a decent amount of money and not much sleep as well, and then you had Omid and Ken who done it with like Aerits, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Me, Ken and Loz did Aerits.
Yeah, that's fair. And then Lee, you weren't doing much with that time either, like me, right?
No, I wasn't even maxed back then.
Yeah, it wasn't even maxed.
Filthy casual.
So in 4 years you've got maxed and 5.4.
Yeah, and Insane Boss and all the other stuff.
How much do you play a day?
A bit too much, maybe, like probably 14-hour average.
That's fair enough.
My man.
You're in like uni, right?
Yeah.
So I guess while you're doing the uni stuff, you can easily AFK stuff on RuneScape at the same time. So it's understandable.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how like when people in uni, they play the most. Like I had like 16-hour
Same.
days during uni. Not Ken. Gunner also had like 14, 15-hour days average on during uni.
Yeah.
Who needs to study, am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think I'm fairly similar to you, Lee, but I'm nowhere near like, the whole true trim stuff. But I maxed properly for my first time like 4.5 years ago as well. So I guess it just goes to show how fast our XP rates have gone, and then how much of like a nerd we are, I guess, at the same time with the amount of time we spend on the game. So we weren't really part of that race, but then we are now part of this race. So for you, Lee, did you enjoy it? Was it fun for you? Because obviously it's your first experience with the race and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I ranked a lot higher than I expected.
Yeah, I remember speaking to you beforehand, and you were like, "I'll go for top 10."
Yeah, front page top 10 maybe. Yeah.
I said the same, so it's very cool to see like pretty much similar stuff.
I think a lot of people were surprised how I think most people were expecting it to be more competitive, right?
Yeah.
And for people to go like harder, but in all fairness, not that many people went like really hard.
Yeah, I agree.
Except for you, Mr. I don't have a Hero-matic, so I'll become the Hero-matic.
You guys went pretty hard as well, like.
I mean, some people went hard, but they couldn't afford all the boosts and stuff. That's the thing.
Really? Like,
Yeah, I know people who played a lot, but they couldn't afford like every boost. at least at the beginning, so they fell behind.
I'm kind of curious, like how many people like did less than 4 hours a day on average.
I know like a couple that ranked like top 25, 50 something, and they played like more than I did.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I have a friend who is in the top 30, I think, and they weren't planning on racing, but then they ended up racing, but didn't have enough money to do the buffs and stuff. And I think they placed top 30, but they slept the same as I did, same as you guys, like the whole like 20, 21 hours and like 3 to 4 hours sleep kind of thing.
That's kind of crazy.
So I guess that does show kind of like how overpowered the buffs were, like the consumable ones, especially from the start, like doing it earlier on than later. Like it does give you a huge advantage.
Yeah.
I don't really know how much of a buyable this skill was compared to Invention. Obviously, it's going to be a lot less, but it's still a big buyable, right? Because if you didn't buy those things, if you didn't buy your materials, if you didn't get the boost, you still wouldn't have won, right?
It didn't cost a lot. I mean, 10 bill for some people is a lot. I know that, but nowadays not that much.
Yeah, that's
It's a
true.
party hat.
To be fair, actually, like, well, it depends what you're talking about, because Invention wasn't that expensive if you didn't do what me and Scuzzy did.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
and I don't know how much Ken spent, but I think like on the Arid method, which was pretty much like, 150 mil of my XP. I think I spent like less than 2 bill.
Yeah, I don't think it was that expensive.
Well, 2 bill at the time was a little bit more than nowadays, like worth.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess if we're comparing GP from then to now as
Because
well.
I know I spent like 30 to 40 bill, which was like 2 party hat sets at the time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, you and Scuzzy spent a lot, but I don't think me, Ken, and everyone below you guys spent that much.
Yeah, I didn't spend that much. I think it was like, I think it was around 2 bill that I spent on Invention. It was not that expensive. I was actually like surprised how much this skill cost me.
I mean, but you also gotta see that there weren't as many people like racing,
Yeah.
so that could have even driven the prices up even more.
That's
if there
true.
were so many more people racing like there were now.
It went from having like one page of 5.2ers to like 800 or whatever, right? Yeah.
Dude, this skill scared me. Like, I thought I was gonna run out of money. Because, like, the beginning was so slow. Oh my god, I was like, I'm gonna run out of money now.
Yeah, dude. When I was spying the Cifril, what was it called? Something Cifril?
Yeah, Everlight.
Yeah, when I was spending like 1 mil per Everlight Cifril, I was like, I'm gonna run out of money.
I don't know, like I never spent more than like 200k per material though.
Really?
Wait, what do you do for rubber?
Yeah, how'd you get rubber?
For rubber?
Because I paid
I
like
just did
300
caches.
something.
You did cash?
Wait, how long?
Yes.
What?
Wait, how many?
Number one that got caches? Are you an Iron Man?
I just did until I got the fucking key, because RNG, you know. Then I did caches until I had enough for leveling up. Then I moved on. Then I bought the rubber when it was like at a fair
Yeah, I did a
price.
little bit of caches when I hit rubber. Like, I think I did 300 rubber from caches, maybe.
I remember doing a couple of caches very rarely, but most of it if it was too expensive, I'd wait like, a day and then it'd be half the price.
Yeah.
How much do you guys spend and make during the skill? Kind of curious.
Are we talking about like how much we made back afterwards as well, or just during the leveling?
Just during the leveling, like from 0 to 2 mil, how much you spend, how much you make.
I think I probably spent about 9 bill, but made about 7 bill back, and then obviously afterwards.
7 bill.
Yeah.
What the hell?
What was that 7 bill from? Like mostly staffs?
Yeah, staffs and 2 or 3 spears as well.
That's crazy.
You got 2 or 3 spears?
Yeah.
Wait, how long do you do 115 for?
1.5, 2 levels.
Wow. Okay.
Because I didn't have much of the Zami log, so I was like, I might as well stay there for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I think I made 3 staffs and 1 spear, which got me like 5 bill.
Yeah, yours sold for a lot more than mine did. I made like 600 mil profit or something. You made like 1.5 bill profit. Because yours was like the first ones. Like, it was only literally like 6 hour difference that you made your
Yeah.
stuff and I made mine. And yours sold for like 2
And
bill.
it got deleted.
Mine sold for like 850 mil. Oh yeah, and it got deleted, yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I could have made way more, but I didn't want to waste XP, so I just...
Yeah,
that's
I think
fair.
all of us were like that. I made 4 staffs. I got 250 mil profit on each about. So it's like 1 bill in stats, and then like I made 500 mil off a blueprint, and that's pretty much it.
Wait, really?
What?
I sold my blueprint for like 20 mil or
20
something.
mil? Wait, Maikeru, I thought you sold one too, didn't you? Didn't you sell a...
Yeah, I sold one for 280.
Oh, someone said you sold yours for like 450 like me. But
Definitely not, no.
yeah. So I only made 1.5 bill. I spent a lot more though, like probably like 6-7 bill.
Jesus.
So maybe you lost the most out of all of us?
How's that the case?
I lost 10 bill.
Oh, so
you lost 10 bill on top
Yeah.
of your 5 bills like made?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I
what the
lost like
fuck?
15 billion,
Huh.
including Matic.
15 bill. Wait, okay, how are you guys losing?
Yeah,
I couldn't
I
even.
lost 10 bill on Matic. Just on that, because I
Yeah.
paid like 20 bill for it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So if I include how much I would have lost on my Matic, I had an 11 bill offer when I got 200 mil. So I would have lost 5.5 on my Matic and 2 from the leveling. So I would have lost 7.5 as well. But I haven't sold my Matic, I've still got it.
I'm not really sure how much I spent on materials and stuff, but like 2 to 5 bill, somewhere there. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I lost like below 10 bill, but I don't know for sure how much. Like my accounts were a mess. I couldn't track. I don't know.
Oh,
Sub
sorry,
10
I've got
bill.
too much money, contract 10 bill. It's too little, it's only a party hat, guys. Oh no.
I spent like a bill on like early stuff because I didn't do material caches at all. And I lost, stupidly, I lost like a bill on like 119 materials by overbuying. Like as soon as I got 200 mil, all the
Yeah.
prices just like halved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
And I lost like a bill because of that. I didn't expect it to like drop that much. I was like, yeah, it's gonna drop, but not that much, so I don't mind overbuying. But I think I spent a total of like 6 bill, and I made 8 staffs, which I made like 2 bill from, I think.
Dude, I lost so much on Chronotes. I bought Chronotes and they were 1500. I bought a mill of them at one point at 1500. It was so bad. I thought they were gonna go up when people hit Professor.
Yeah, I bought like over a mil, and then they literally just went down afterwards.
Yeah, what?
Oh my!
I don't know how
God.
that happened, dude.
Yeah, I bought Chronotes for like 1.2k each. Then they like literally in a span of like an hour,
Yeah.
they went down to like 800, and they just kept going down. It's like, what is happening? It's just like the worst timing possible.
I thought they were gonna go up because everyone was hitting like 99, so I thought a bunch of people were gonna buy a bunch for Professor, but I guess there's just too many, like
Yeah.
too many Chronotes in the economy.
Plus, you got to remember that not everyone is crazy enough to spend 1k a chrono and buy, the
That's true,
outfit and the Matic for like 500 mil. They'd just be like, oh, I'm going to earn it myself by doing my own logs, and then those ones don't even enter the economy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of crazy that the amount of people that I still see that want to get their own chronotes, and they're like 230 GP each or something stupidly low. And they're like, oh, I can't afford the outfit and I need to get it myself or whatever. It's like, yeah, fair enough. But like, to think back on how much we spent is just like, ow!
Yeah. I mean, it was a pretty, like, a lot of the, especially like the first outfit and the second outfit, like the base outfit and the elite outfit, like, were huge, right?
If you didn't buy them instantly, you would have fell so far behind.
Yeah.
It was so funny because like I had like people running up to me trying to sell me Chronos because I was like overpaying. And I didn't expect them to drop that low though, dude.
I would always ask my chat, how much are Chronos? And there'll be like one guy that's like, 700. There's another guy that's like, 1,600. You're like, okay, what the hell is the price of them then? Come on.
Yeah.
Chronotes are 2k. You want to buy my 1 mil Chronotes?
So comparing this race to the previous one, when it comes to like the people that you're racing with, was it a friendly atmosphere last time as well? Because I feel like this time, racing with all of you guys, we didn't really have any like toxicity towards one another. We'd help each other with like random questions or different things that we were trying out, XP rates, stuff like that. And no one was really like hiding anything. What was it like last time with Invention compared to this?
Oh, Lemmy was hiding everything during Invention.
I mean, I don't mind people hiding it if they figure out themselves.
Yeah.
I agree.
But It was fine. Like, me and Ken were pretty much talking the entire time.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, a lot of stuff were being leaked by, like, merchers a lot of the time. Like, hand cannons. So, like, merchers would, like, merch a shit out of hand cannons, right? Then they would, like, leak it to streamers. And streamers would obviously advertise it, and then the prices, like, shoot up. And the same thing happened with the fungal components as well. So it's mostly, like, merchers, like, capitalizing and making money off, like, streamers and stuff, and keeping things secret until they stock up. But other than that, there wasn't really, like, I don't think anyone was doing a secret strat except for, like, the AFK A route method that me and Ken were doing off stream that we weren't showing.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Because most people thought that A routes. Well, me and Ken had like a strat. Well, I told Ken to just, like, make it look like it's not AFK on stream. Do you remember this? I was like, just make it look like it's not AFK, because if people come to A routes and they realize it's AFK, and they realize, like, because this next best thing was Sara encampment, and Sara encampment was like,
I remember
you
that,
had to pay attention, you had to do constant inputs. So if people realized that A routes were like 1.5 times better and it was AFK, it was just gonna, like, there weren't enough worlds basically. And it got to that point, like, towards the last 2 days where, like, there was, like, it was very difficult to find a world. Like, I actually paid someone, funny story, I paid someone 20 mil an hour to hold my spot for an hour. Just hold my spot, nothing else. That's all I had to do. But that's, like, how desperate I was, because, yeah. Also, people, like, there was, like, a lot of looters as well, but...
What was the XP per hour, though, with iRoots? I don't remember.
I forgot.
I don't remember.
It was also, like, disassembling, like Barrett's armor as well, so...
It's pretty fast, though.
It was really
like,
fast.
over a mil, for sure, right?
I remember making a guide like 3 years ago, and it was 1.5 mil when I made that. I don't know whether there was any improvements to it or anything like that by then, but yeah, it was 1.5.
Yeah, I also remember 1.5 because I was doing it at double XP for some melee XP records from Room Clan.
Hey, nice.
This guy, dude.
Pretty fast skill, though. Overall.
Yeah, it was a friendly race. Like, there was a lot of secrets, but I honestly don't mind there being secrets.
Invention? You're talking about Invention? Or Archaeology?
Yeah, it was friendly. Like, it wasn't toxic.
There was a little bit of toxicity.
Wait, between you and Scuzzy?
I mean, I was chilling doing my thing, but, like, people were just, like, mad at everything. I was actually mad at Jagex at the time, but because that was, like, not as good really as a skill as Archaeology, you know?
I really liked the Invention. I liked the item sync.
I mean, the need for, like, the twice the nerf, you know?
Oh yeah, the gizmos getting nerfed twice. That was, yeah.
They screwed me twice, and it's kind of pissed me off, but whatever.
Did you have loads of money invested in things that they nerfed?
No, like, I was stocking on stuff and disassembling stuff, and, like, getting ready to make gizmos, and then log in the next day, and boom, nerf.
Yeah.
I think that happened to all of us, really. Maybe, like, to a lesser degree, but...
I lost 3 bill because of the nerfs. How much did you lose?
I don't know. I just ended up using it all and not giving a fuck, but whatever. But I had changed from the hand cannons to malevolent helms and tectonic helms, because then, like, if I kept going and doing hand cannons, it wouldn't be worth the XP per hour.
Yeah. How much did you lose, Ken?
All I know is that, like, I was buying Addy hatchets for, like, 9k each for so long, and then they got nerfed, and then they went down to, like, 1k. And I was really sad. I had a bunch of them. I think I still have them, actually. Oh, no, I think I sold them for Archaeology.
you still have them to Archaeology?
It's like,
yeah, because I was like, there's no point in selling them. There's no point in selling them. It was like a little, you know.
I disassemble everything. I still have 7k bundles components.
From
disassembling bundles war shields.
I still have 40,000 fungal, dude. I don't know what to do then.
Just go do clues. You'll get them used eventually.
Wait, how do you use them through
From
clues?
the portable spirit tree and the fairy rings.
Oh, that's a lot of
Yeah, for sure.
spirit
It's 10 charges is 2 fungal components. You'll use it eventually, right?
Yeah, maybe it's enough for the master slug.
So when it comes to archaeology, then we spoke about the invention race and stuff. What do you think maybe Jagex done better this time round than previous? Was it like stuff like last time there was a lot of things that needed nerfing? I don't feel like that much stuff needed nerfing, or there was many issues that they had to iron out this time round. Was that better, and was it more smoother because of that?
Yeah, the only thing that got nerfed was the Tonys, right?
Yeah. And there was like a couple of bugs like the Inquisitor staff, but that really didn't affect us. That was just something that got fixed in a week anyway.
I think a gathering skill that has its own like economy is like a lot easier to balance, I would imagine, than one that revolves around like existing economy. So I personally don't agree with some of the nerfs in invention, but I think they did archaeology really well, like in terms of balancing it and like XP rates and stuff. I think it's basically perfect.
Yeah,
honestly,
I agree, and it's one of those skills that you have to actually think outside the box with the logs and stuff, because there was a lot of stuff that I disassembled early that came back to screw me, and like I know a lot of us did the same thing, and I think the person who done the logs best was you, Omid. Were you planning them from like the get-go? Was that like your whole thing?
I looked at them at the Bando spot when I had, because we like there was no point where we had like more than 10 of any artifact, not even maybe 5, right? But at the first Bando spot, like we all stacked up at least like 10 or 20. So by that point, I kind of like got interest, and I had the time to look, like, because like in the early stages of archaeology, you were just constantly jumping from spot to spot. You had no time to breathe or like look at anything, right?
Yeah.
So, but the Bando spot, you kind of got a breather. So I started looking up things, and then I saw like a few Tetra Compass rewards in the archaeology Discord giving tomes, and I got interested. And then Gunner Dragon Seance convinced me that they were really good. So then from that on, like I was like 79 archaeology, so at the first spot with like one Incando piece, I decided to do the Bando's log.
Yeah, that's cool.
But when did you guys decide? Like when did you guys decide that logs are good?
I don't want to talk about it.
What level?
Like 99.
Yeah,
Wait,
like
no.
110.
105, bro.
Yeah, I think 105 was
No,
when I
that
first
can't
hard
be right.
camped.
You guys started actively going for logs at 100?
I was around like 100.
Really?
Yeah, I my idea, like when I started using my tomes, everyone was so confused, but it was just because like I wanted to be able to cape boost to start new collections, basically.
No, I always kept using my tomes. I never like stocked in the.
Yeah, I used my tomes whenever I got them, unless I
I
was
can't
really
be
close.
fucked. I'm gonna load my presets. Fuck you guys.
that was pretty, like, my thought process with the whole tome stuff. I saw so many people with like 10 tomes in their inventory, but I was using my tomes when I got them, unless I was like close to a level or at a level where it's like if I got this one, it gives me nothing the next level. So the only times I'd hold on to my tome is if it didn't unlock anything useful for me for using it now. Because in my thought process, it was like, if I use them now, they'll give me less XP, but I'm getting less experience an hour, so it doesn't change anything.
My thought process behind tomes was entirely around logs. It was like the spot I'm at right now, does it matter if I get a XP boost, or does every artifact that I get at this spot matter in later on?
See, that's your 5-head stuff. we weren't thinking about logs.
I'm surprised you guys thought about logs that late. I assumed like you guys started doing logs like. No, wait. There's no way you guys did logs at like 99, 100. I don't believe
Dude,
that.
the only logs I traded in were the ones with the qualifications.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I had like 20 Xeris 3, but
Yeah.
that's just because everyone stayed at Xeris. You had like 40, Omid. Like I don't think anyone had as many logs as you did. I don't think anyone focused on it as hard.
Okay.
I disassembled a lot of my Zaros stuff. I was like, oh, I have 20 of this artifact. I'll probably only need like 5 of them. So I just disassembled like 15. And I'm like, oh, now I probably need these artifacts. This sucks. Because I went 51 dry on Fortune 3 Furnace 4. So because I went 51 tries on that, I just had to keep disassembling stuff for vintage components. And at the end, I was just like, I've run out of low-level stuff to disassemble. If I disassemble some of my higher-level stuff, it'll be okay. Then everyone started completing logs and stuff. And I was like, crap. I should have kept this.
Yeah, I even camped like when I got to 95, I camped the Arma spot from 95 to 97. That's like I literally didn't know about logs
and
at
it's
that
such
point.
Armadillo are the worst logs, dude. I hate it. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Could
Yeah, I
they
think they
do
should look into
something to
that.
make them better?
Yeah, they should.
I mean, how much are blueprints? Like 500k
1
each?
mil?
2 million.
Yeah, maybe.
And you get like what a goddamn sixth of a tradable one, and then if you do the highest here, it's like a third of a tradable one.
I don't know. I just disassemble my armored
Yeah.
items. I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's probably wise to disassemble the Armadillo ones, to be honest. You probably get more money from the components than trading in the logs with the chronotes and stuff.
Yeah.
Probably.
So when it comes to you, Lamy, what was your strategy that you used to try and keep ahead of everyone? Because obviously you gained your gap, and everyone looked at it and thinking, oh, you know, it's a fairly big gap, but it just got bigger and bigger and bigger because the XP rates went exponentially crazy. So even though you weren't necessarily further ahead, you had more of an XP gap because XP an hour was obviously different.
Was mostly not XP wasting, like not fucking around. Using everything I could, like to boost my XP per hour, and being on alts, planning ahead, buying stuff on alts, not wasting my time on G, you know, like just buying from alts, everything. Really buying stuff ahead, like the materials I needed for the next levels, especially at lower levels. I think that was pretty much it. I'd scout on an alt, like the spot I'd need to be at, so I didn't waste time looking for it.
That's actually pretty clever. Yeah, I like that. I never scouted for any spots, but that's a pretty good
It
shout.
wasn't much of a win. Yeah, I didn't win much time. Like I thought, like every second counts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's definitely useful. And when it comes to like the whole Heromatic stuff, how much do you think that helped? Because obviously, I got lent a Heromatic when I leveled up to 99 as well. And the fact that I didn't have to use an Imkando when we were all time gated on the
Yeah.
Guildmaster requirement was insane. And then I went back to an Imkando because I had to give the lent Matic back, and it felt so
Yeah.
bad.
It didn't seem so good at that time when we were testing it, but I guess Rune Metrics XP trackers kinda weird. Like I don't think it works well.
It was like 10% different in excavation, but then we also then need to keep in consideration at the time its precision was insane, right? So before it got the -5 nerf, it was 10 precision better than the time and space. So like the artifacts that you were getting quicker, I guess we didn't calculate that in. And then once it got nerfed, it made it a bit more even. But even then, like the fact that Omid, you got third and you didn't use a Heromatic is probably the most impressive thing about the whole race, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess I got lucky also that I bought that one, and then like for 3 days, not another one came into the game.
Yeah, I think it was maybe even 4 days. I think you got the next one, right, Lee?
Yeah, in our battle.
In your battle.
I got lent a yellow party hat just so I could bid for the 4th Heromatic. And when it got to 20 bill, I was like, I really hope it doesn't go, another 4 days for another one, but I can't afford it. And then there was 2 or 3 that dropped the next night, and I got one of those.
That was kind of sketchy though. Like it's a risky move because there could be less people playing. Like if there wasn't the corona, I'd say less people would be playing the game, and maybe not as many
definitely.
people would be playing archaeology, and less Tonys would come into the game.
That's a good point.
So imagine if there were like way less Tonys.
Well, you saw
Yeah.
it with the Iron Man race, right? Kibium got lucky with
Yeah.
his Tonys, and he went from being like 5 mil behind to like 20 mil ahead by the end of the 120 to 200 mil grind.
He didn't sleep though. Like he stayed up for like 40 something
Jesus.
hours.
Yeah,
towards the
yeah,
end.
but still, like you still got to remember that
that's still-
Geku was like leading the whole time, and the Tonys on an Iron Man, especially with the extra focus, where you're getting more materials where it actually matters and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and the procs, like that must be
yeah,
insane.
it's definitely better.
I
than
tried to
Iron Man.
stay awake for 30 hours in the end, but I couldn't even stay awake 30 hours. I'm a
Casual.
big boomer now.
How long do you stay awake for, Omid?
I mean, I didn't stay up that, like, I was just doing like 30-minute to an hour sleep intervals, pretty much. But the last, session, I stayed up like 50 something.
Jesus fucking
After sleeping for 1 hour
1 hour,
previous.
yeah. It was like 74 hours of staying up and 1 hour of sleep. I was totally fine. Like
I don't know. I watched your stream.
No, thank you.
I was totally fine. I was like dying, but I was fine, you know?
It's kind of nuts. It's kind of nuts because it goes to show how much effort you put in, though, Omid, because you didn't have the Matic, and if the Matic's like 10-15% better, that just you've spent more time and more effort into the game, right?
Ethical gamer, by the way.
oh yeah, yeah, ethical gamer. It was just like fun to be like to have like an uphill it just motivated me to like try harder. And it was mostly just like diet and discipline. That was pretty much it. Like knowing when to eat, knowing like what kind of diet to consume and stuff. That's pretty much like the hard carry of it all. And not streaming as much. That's definitely huge. Because like streaming takes a lot out of me personally.
Yeah.
I don't know about you or Ken, but like
I didn't feel that. Sorry, guys.
like I can stay up really long hours, but as soon as I stream, I just like I don't know, I just burn out. Like
Yeah, it takes a lot of energy.
yeah, but
Definitely.
you two definitely streamed like way more than me in the last week. I cut down just so I could like do long hours. But do you guys think that you could do longer hours if you didn't stream? Like, how do you think your performance would go if you didn't?
Yeah, definitely. Plus, I'm less efficient on stream because I wouldn't like pay as much attention to the time sprite change, and even if it's a couple of seconds of non-time sprite and
Dude,
stuff.
cape boosting on stream.
Yeah.
Oh, cape boosting on stream was so bad. I would always forget.
And it feels so bad knowing that you've been standing there for like 10 seconds. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
dude.
And then chat's yelling at you for XP wasted. You're like, okay, sorry.
I took a whole day off just to cape boost from like 114 to 119 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I didn't want to stream that whole day because
I legit thought
too much cape boosting.
you knew you could just press the keyboard constantly, though.
Oh my god, yeah. And then Lemmy is like, yeah, you could just hold down both buttons. You don't have to alternate the keybinds. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I had no idea about that till like after the release.
Yeah, I found out after I finished cape boosting, and it's like, nice.
I'll leak my secret strats, guys. No problem.
Also, going back to it, what do you guys think of Tony's Matic outside of the race? Like, not including the race? Because I think...
it's a good
I like
item.
it.
I think it should honestly be reverted to how good it was. How do you guys think
I
about
guess
Because I like Heroes items being really strong.
it's still good. It's still good because when it stabilizes, you can make money out of it
You can make money out of it? What do you mean?
because it gives more mats.
Yeah,
How much better is it 7 focus versus 5? What's that even like
No,
mean?
7 versus 9. So it's 2 extra focus. Focus increases your chance of getting materials.
Yeah.
Then it also has the double material proc, right?
But like, what was the difference between 7 and 9? Is what I meant.
I don't know, 20-odd%, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we don't really know,
But
right? But
a 20-odd% better chance of getting materials is still very good. And it showed on the Iron Men especially, with the double materials and higher material chance is nuts.
Yeah, I think the double material was like one of the strongest parts of the Matic, right? That it giving double XP.
the fact that it gave XP.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
huge. I thought, and it having no cooldown either.
yeah, it's almost the same as the other big buff, I think.
I would say it's better, no?
It might be better, to be honest, yeah.
How often do you guys like? How many like double artifacts do you get? Do you guys even know?
Artifacts, like 1 an hour, maybe.
1 an hour.
I don't know whether it was as often as that.
Okay.
But the only issue with that is it can proc when you're just about to finish an artifact.
Does it reset?
Yeah, so like if you have like 3/4 of your bar and it procs, you just get the next bar started.
Okay.
So it's good, but it's not as good as the material because of that. I think if it procced at the start every time, like it has a chance to proc when you start a new one, it'd be, a lot better and much better than the material
Yeah,
proc.
double.
Yeah. You're getting a whole artifact, right?
I just thought that the artifact proc had nothing to do with your current like progress, and it was completely separate. That's why I thought. But apparently not.
Yeah, I forget that you didn't have one in the race. Nice flexing on us, Omid. I've never used a hero magic in my life.
But yeah, I think hero items are just good in general. I like having items like that, or they're like really rare and they're like really strong.
It should be usable at lower levels.
Maybe it scales with level, but can be used at any level. Like it has the like effects.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If it's scaled, I was gonna say if it didn't scale, that shit would be like actually
yeah.
ridiculous.
I think that'd be cool though, because most of the hero items you can use at any point, right? I don't know what Tavia's requirements are. I don't think it has the requirement, does it?
Yeah, don't think it does. No fishing tools have requirements.
Yeah, so the fact that the Heromatic has a 99 requirement is the only thing that lets it down, in my opinion. So if they made it a scalable thing and then it's just the best at 99, like Lamy said, that could be a pretty cool idea for it, and then it might maintain a bit of a better value.
Yeah.
So when it comes to, we've spoke about the race and things like that, is there anything that you think the skill should have had different in it when you've been doing it? And I know, Ken, you've started a hard grind again, and I'm doing the same thing second time round. There's certain things that you see sometimes that you think could be improved maybe, or whatever. What do you think could be improved and why, I guess is the question.
The bank space. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm kind of like I'm leaving placeholders for all my damaged artifacts for when I start getting touches. So maybe that's my fault for, leaving all those, but I don't know. It's a little bank heavy.
Yeah, no,
I guess
I agree
it's
with
fine like if you're cleaning your bank regularly, but
They could have like an artifact deposit similar to material deposit, so it wouldn't be like an artifact bag because I think like being able to store artifacts at the excavation spot wouldn't be, I think that'd be too strong. But if there was like a deposit next to the material deposit, and then you would have to like withdraw it, restore it, and actually bank them or put them back into the deposit, I don't think that would be a big deal because the bank is usually close to the restoration table.
Yeah, I agree. Like a storm barn for player-owned farms.
Yeah, and it'll also be like it'll be like much easier to like know what artifacts you have, because I'm sure like we all had our artifact tabs.
oh god.
How many times did you guys take a screenshot of your artifact tab so you could figure out like what logs you have completed and how many you have and stuff like that?
Yeah, quite a few times.
Yeah,
wow.
and can be very like just it's hard to organize.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, and I do think that maybe if they made it purchasable with Chronotes, it gives another extra use for Chronotes, another little bit of a sync for them.
Yeah. I think the only suggestion that the only thing that I would want, and this is probably a weird one, I don't think Chronotes being untradeable is like a good idea, and it can work if there's two different currencies, but I think it would require way too much like dev time and balancing. But one thing that I would have wanted is to be able to like open the journals and stuff without stopping excavating. And another thing is whenever you like click on like a journal or like a lore piece, it reads it out for you, while even if you close the journal interface, it'll still read it unless you like you guys have, some of you have played PoE, right? Like, when you click on like a lore piece, it starts reading it out for you, even if you close out of it, and you can cancel the reading if you want, but you can just like listen to it while you're doing whatever you're doing. And I really like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much like good lore within archaeology, but just like no one bothers with it because no one's gonna read it, and no one's gonna waste their time sitting there with their journal open and not excavating it. Yeah.
Even if you just right-click read the journal, like you said, and it stays open, because the new material interface that stays open and you continue to do your like excavating.
Yeah.
So if they could have made it with the reading as well, I think it's because it gives you the reading animation. Like if they took that away, maybe, and you could just read it or have a voiceover, like you said. It's definitely something that stops me getting into RuneScape lore when it comes to the way things are. I think if there was more voiceovers or more like cinematic kind of stuff as well, I feel like more people would get into lore.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of those kind of stuff can be like done in-house in my opinion, but I feel like JX holds a standard to themselves to the point that they want it like polished and done by like professionals, when I think that like anyone within JX can do it pretty well, in my opinion.
Yeah, like Mod Raven, whenever he does his type of talks on RuneFest and stuff, he's such a entertaining reader. Like he could do it,
Just sit him in a fucking cubicle and make him read like all the journals for like 2 days straight.
I mean, that's basically Jagex these days, though, right? They wanna do everything big, right? Like they don't want to do like quests that are like really small or whatever. They just want every quest to be grand. Although they want to change that, right? They said recently.
It's definitely like Archaeology holds a lot of promise with like the polishing up of like updates and the high quality updates ever since Mod Warden joined the team, right? Is the direction that they want to go towards rather than just pushing out updates. But yeah, definitely like voiceover for lore would be, for me, 10 out of 10. Like, I would love that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think it would get a lot of people interested into lore and the story and give the content a lot more depth.
I completely agree on that. The same with quests. Like, the reason why I spacebar through quests is because it's not entertaining to me reading a text from an NPC. But if they do it like they did with the newer one, where there was, like, the kind of drawn animation with like voiceover.
Yeah, that one was really good. I really like the style as well. Even though it's like mostly still images, I liked it a lot.
That doesn't require that much effort.
What was that for?
That was for the one that gives you the Karos Clue Carrier.
Oh right, that's the quest where they destroyed Karos.
The one after you are it, Ken. What is it?
Oh, I don't know what it's called. That's the newest one?
Second newest now, I think, because obviously you have like slime one.
The slime quest that was not a quest, okay?
It was a good quest. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that quest.
I did not enjoy it, dude. I was like, they only released this so people can stop complaining about there not being a quest for like a year.
Oh my god.
There's probably so many people that are just screaming at the screen right now that are listening along, yelling the quest out. Desperate Times. There we go.
Desperate Times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So if they done Desperate Times kind of cinematic voiceover part to like archaeology, like they did when you enter a dig site, but for like the lore and stuff, I think it would get a lot more people interested. So that's a good point. Is there anything in the skill itself, Omid, other than the chronotes that you would look into changing, or do you think it's good? You said it's like one of the most polished, right?
The Inquisitor staff pieces being like AFK.
Right.
Like I made the suggestion.
Are we getting into this?
I just suggested it being acquired from the Time Sprite, the 100% proc, and it being locked behind the 114, 118, and the 107 spot.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
So only in the table, and only when you get the Time Sprite proc, you then have a chance.
Yeah, and it would be reverted to the drop rate pre-nerf. So it'll be common again, but obviously not everyone's doing time sprites. And not everyone, and this is also assuming. You're doing time sprites 100% efficiently.
Yeah.
Is it even worth farming them?
No.
Doesn't it come to like something like 5 mil an hour? Because you gotta do porters, like a fuck ton of them.
It's not really worth farming.
Yeah, it wouldn't really be worth it for GP right now for sure. Yeah. It's just like an additional reward, which I understand. It shouldn't really be farmed for money. It's more like, oh wow, I got this while leveling, which is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, they definitely could have eliminated Altscape just by locking it behind the table and maybe like the time sprite, like Omid says, so you can't AFK it. And instead of that, they just made it so rare outside of the table that there's not even any point in having it outside of the table, to be honest. 1 in a million chance when you get a material is stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that, like, it's not that how strong it is, it's how common it is.
Yeah.
Like, usually, like, there's two sides to something being overpowered. There's usually, like, the strength of the reward and also the rarity of the reward. And the main problem with Inquisitor staff is that it's just too common. And obviously it's too... How much is it right now?
280 mil.
Yeah, 280.
Yeah, 280 mil is, like so cheap for such a strong weapon, right?
It's kind of crazy it's still that low.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I think with the nerfed rates, it may go up a little bit, but then again, it's still Altscape on pylons, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Why do you even use Staff of Slisk anyway now?
ED3? I think?
ED3, like most people melee, no?
Yeah, most people melee ED3.
Yeah, fair.
I don't actually know.
I have no idea.
They could also another thing that I had an idea for, but I don't know if it'd go down as well, is like artificially modify what certain bosses are susceptible to. Like, so for example, you can make like Telos mage based rather than melee based, and like Solak and AOD as well, or maybe like change certain phases, like P4 and 5 of Telos is magic based. For whatever reason, I don't know. But then again, you might think that's wrong, but like Blackstone Dragon is considered range when it mages primarily. So
that's weird.
But yeah, they could do that as well, which would kill the effect, like how good Inquisitor staff is. So rather than like fixing the rarity, you'd fix the strength.
All right, fair enough. What about? I guess I'll move on to you, Lee. Is there anything that you would want to see different in this skill, or anything you noticed while leveling, especially being a Mr. True Trimmer?
Yeah, just a small quality of life. I didn't like how all materials in your material storage compartment are thrown in as you put them in. Like I wanted them to be sorted by level, or something.
So have you checked right-clicking your thingy now?
Yeah, I know how it is. Yeah, like something like that. Yeah.
Like that, but in the storage.
Yeah, because I don't like how they are. Since there are specific materials that go in there, I want them to be in order. You can get them.
Yeah, that's completely fair.
Wait, are they not in the same format as the log?
No, just as you put them in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't opened my material storage ever since that was a thing, because I just use the log now to just look at my materials.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, so if they done that with the log, but with the like actual storage, I think it'd be a lot better as well. Because I feel the same, because I'll look for an item and I'll have to like scroll through and actually look for the icon instead of just being like, it's in Zamorak.
I feel like they will eventually.
Hopefully they do.
I guess it's a bit of an issue because like you have to unlock slots, right? Like, so like how would it can
That's
work.
true.
It definitely can work. I just don't know.
Visible placeholders that collapse when you take the item out. Something like that.
Jagex spaghetti. But yeah, it's definitely a quality of life thing that I would see would be useful. But yeah, I don't know whether they'll do it. Yeah. Is there anything
it's
else?
Not a big thing. Triggers my OCD. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Alright, fair enough. That's cool. It's good to know that like not many of us have things that we would like to be changed, right? It shows that it's a good skill. What about you, Lemmy?
Maybe for next time have a grace period during hero items.
Yes.
For the hero items.
How would that work though?
I know that it would get some excitement of getting one and whatever, but I don't know.
But the price of a hero item would not be worth anything if it's after the race.
Exactly.
It's all I'm saying. Like if they don't get it right,
it's kind of tricky.
It might be too risky. It might just decide the race, which kind of did.
At least with this as well, like like there was a lot of them in the game by the time like Lemmy got 200 mil, right? Like, what if there's a skill where there's literally just one drop throughout the entirety of the skills? Just
that one guy gets a huge advantage instead of like the top 10 or whatever, right?
I definitely don't like something like that to be released during the skill. But I understand the pros of it, like the hype, the excitement,
Something that I think it was Careful Tam that said it when we were talking to Mod Porky at some point recently. He said about having like a Dragon Matuk being obtainable because its existing content became Hunter like a week before.
Yeah.
So Iron Men and stuff could go get their Dragon Matics and not affect the RNG of the race.
I don't like that.
But some Iron Men went like 800 kills without it and then they couldn't race.
Yeah, but I don't think you should balance around Iron Man race. As bad as that might sound, like there's a lot of like there's a lot of skills and there's probably a lot of like future content that would like be unfair because of RNG for Iron Man, but I don't know about that.
The follow-up that I have is like player-owned farms. When it got turned into Ranch Out of Time, you could get the eggs early.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think this is a bigger piece of content, so the thing is, would Dragon Matics have been as expensive as they were if it was pre-release? No, right? people wouldn't make as much.
They maintained their price for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, but no one would get like the first like 100 probably sold for well over like 200 mil, 300 mil, right? That wouldn't have happened if it was a pre-release.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's the same kind of dilemma as the Heromatic. Having a Heromatic release later would be the same.
But the Dragonmatic, there was enough supply, right? With the Heromatic, there wasn't. So
Yeah.
that's the only difference.
Yeah, true.
Like if there was 100 Heromatics in the first like day, then I wouldn't have a problem. But because there was a limited amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the biggest issue with the Heromatic was we were locked out of the time and space for like 44 hours or something, which was crazy.
Yeah.
That was like the biggest like issue with it.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, I got lent the Heromatic, like I said, for I think it was like 18 hours, and I gave it back, and I went back to my Incando, and I didn't want to do archaeology
You just
anymore at that
wanted to
point.
stop.
Feeling the toadies, it was horrible, man. So I completely understand, I understand that completely, and the amount of additional tiers of precision and focus and stuff that provided with no time gate. Even if they made Tony's have a time gate the same as time and space, it would have been a little bit of an improvement to what it was, right?
I think that was a huge factor to me, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely. Plus, it was pre-nerf, so it was 20 tiers of precision higher, and I think it was 3 or 4 focus higher, and had the procs.
Yeah.
Precision is massive too.
It's pretty massive, yeah.
Like even the 5 precision nerf, that's pretty. I don't know. Like it's a lot, but in terms of like Tony's overall power, it wasn't that much. But
yeah, true. Ken, you said you had one other thing that you would say about this.
Oh
game.
yeah. Basically, like I don't. How do you guys feel about porters being so essential to the skill? You like it or no?
No.
No.
I mean,
No.
I mean, would you even say it's essential though? That's the thing.
It's not essential. With me playing it on my Iron Man now,
Okay,
I've literally used...
You're saying that now.
there's some
What do you mean?
spots that are really bad.
When
are they
you
not?
when you get to like level 105 plus is when it gets really bad. Like you need porters basically everywhere. So like,
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
do you need them though? I don't know.
Maybe that was the
That's the thing.
intention though. Like us using porters gaining like such crazy XP rates was because we didn't have to use a bank and it was balanced around like actually banking. Maybe. I mean, I'm not saying that I agree with it or it's justified.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like as an Iron Man, like it's kind of annoying, but like it doesn't take that long to make them really. But I don't know how I feel about them like being pretty essential to a skill.
I feel like it's okay.
You think it's okay? Yeah. I don't know. I'm like on the fence about it, I guess.
It's more of the fact of you said like you said, right? 105 spots and onwards and stuff, it's kind of essential. But it's definitely not essential at low levels. With me doing my Iron Man, I barely used any getting to 91 that I am at the moment. And if it is essential for the 105 spot, they've made a relic that is literally made for it. So if anything, they were aware that you need more at higher levels, so they locked the relic behind level 98, so then Iron Man could go make them easier and get it for the higher levels. I think it's perfectly fair. When I was leveling on my main, I was like, this is, you're using way too many porters. But then actually going back and looking at the spots and thinking, it really isn't that far away for a lot of them. I think it's okay. And I think the higher level spots, the people that actually want to go for 120, I don't think they're going to mind using porters because they're the people that want to, like, min-max anyway.
What
right?
was the percentage of porters that left the game?
17% less than what were originally in the game, but that doesn't include the ones that were made, right? So people were making them and using them.
Yeah,
it's just the
that's
total
a
amount
lot.
went down by 17%. So there's a lot more than that actually exited the game because
That's crazy.
they were made as well, right?
Yeah, that's a lot though.
Also for Iron Man, like it's efficient to use Dwarfweed Incense, right? And you have do you also prioritize like Impsold 6?
Yeah, I use Imsold 6 for sure. I don't know about Dwarfweed. It actually might be efficient, but it just takes so long to make the sticks. But I guess like each stick is 10 minutes, right? So
Yeah. So like with all those buffs, I would imagine it wouldn't be that bad.
it's like, so I've used I'm like level 99 right now. I've used 16k charges and I've used like a lot of bank deposit boxes.
Yeah.
Like it's not that bad, but I feel like I have lost a lot of XP just running to deposit boxes. But like then you go
You're an
back to
Iron
like,
Man, by the way.
is it essential? And like, yeah, Iron Man, by the way. Like I don't know. Like it's just, I don't know. I feel like they're a little. I wish they weren't as like. It's like quality of life
Do
almost.
you
you
think
know?
Yeah.
do you think if like another gather like how can they release like a gathering skill without porters being
Yeah.
a thing though, right?
That's true.
Like
yeah,
if
exactly.
woodcutting was released, well, not woodcutting, but like any other gathering skills released, you're obviously going to gain resources, and you're probably not going to be right next to a bank. So, but then again, you'd probably like, I don't know if you drop them, but yeah, I don't know. How efficient are magic notepaper on the Iron Man?
Not efficient at all.
No, you need an elder log to make it.
Oh,
So, which isn't that bad if you use Coden or whatever daily, but like I have 1500 that I could use, like 1500 logs, and it's like I think it's one log to I don't know how much notepaper it is, but
And
it's probably 20, yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't use it definitely. Like that's
So what you said with the porters as well, though, is like you feel like you've lost a lot of XP, but every time I use the deposit carts, I feel like I gain XP because I don't have to sit there gathering energy, and I don't have to make the porters, and I can just bladed dive to a lot of the carts and then just go back.
yeah, that's true.
So like the time I've spent bladed diving to that cart and coming back, I probably would have used more getting the 2 porters that I've just saved or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Because someone done the maths and you make like 1,300 necklaces an hour, and then obviously energies is like 18.5k to like 19.5k when you're using the relic. Without the relic, it's like half that pretty much. Then like when you're taking all of that into consideration, the time it takes you to do all of those things, I feel like it's fine. I think like it's balanced pretty well.
These Iron Man strats are hurting my brain, guys. Stop.
well, for mainscapers, it's not like for a lot of places, it's not even worth making porters, like Maikeru just said. Like he makes a good point. Like a lot of places, like if you like, we all use porters because we pre-made them, right?
Pre-made,
but like
yeah.
if we didn't pre-make them, we were gonna like use the deposits or drop the materials. Well,
It's like quality of life too, though. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's just nice to be able to AFK from a whole artifact.
definitely a lot of the later ones, like a lot of the later Zamorak ones where you have to go through like 2 portals.
Oh
It's
god.
like there's no way anyone's like banging
Yeah.
every freaking time.
Yeah, Zami's really bad for Iron Man.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
And Armadale.
Armadale,
Armadale too.
wait.
A lot of the Arma spots you have to like fly to.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and there's
yeah.
no deposit boxes.
I love the corner ones, right?
Yeah, all the corner ones I think.
or Saradom and Everlight Temple or whatever it
The
is.
105 spot's really bad.
Oh, underneath the Everlight. Oh,
The
no.
whole time I was trying to figure out like there must be a faster way to get here. Like there must be like a way to like teleport to the Everlight tower or whatever. But yeah, I thought Twitch chat was just trolling me and they weren't telling me how you could do it, and that you guys have already figured it out. I was like,
Obviously, that's how big the elite outfit and stuff is as well, though. The teleports to hand in logs and the teleports to each like dig site, all of that's huge.
the log handing in
Yeah.
teleport is colossal, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if any of you like ran to the fucking Zami one.
Yeah, the Zami one's so bad.
It's like actually insane.
You have to like dungeoneering cape and then run
2
down,
blue
right?
dragons.
Yeah.
Took so long.
Yeah, those type of quality of life things that they've included, I think, really help balance the skill. And they said they're adding a new perk to the 99 cape.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
No idea what the perk is. They haven't said what it is, but they said they're making an addition.
Oh, why is the 120k perk RNG?
Yeah, that's annoying to me as well. It's like a ring of vigor, but not a ring of vigor because it's RNG. Yeah.
Yeah, the base skill is like 0 RNG, but then they added a bunch of like RNG elements to it, right? Like the whole precision thing. I like that it's like 0 RNG with the whole precision thing essentially.
Yeah.
It's just like completely linear.
Tomes are fun. Sometimes frustrating, but fun.
I think tomes are okay. I was a bit wary on tomes when we were lower levels, but once you get to like the higher levels, everyone was just getting like 1 to 2 tomes an hour at the 119 spot, and you know it evened out over the long period of time really. And then we could just literally factor that into our experience an hour. Like a lot of us were factoring our rates with tomes at that point because you'd get them every hour.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna average out. Also, what do you guys think of the mysteries?
Oh, so fun! They made the skill so much better.
Yeah.
Wait, so did people like, could people figure out the mysteries but then they were locked out finishing them?
Yeah, that's the issue.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I think that was really silly. I think whoever
Yeah.
actually figured it out first should have like gotten the broadcast. But a lot of it was like I figured it out, but I can't finish it because I don't have the level, and I'm just
Oh.
Yeah, I said it before.
Lemmy
happened
stole
with
like
me,
all
yeah.
the freaking mystery broadcasts. You think he figured that shit out, dude?
When we got to Bandas, I was like, he was like, yeah, I think I know how to do it, but I'm just gonna let you figure it out because I just want to gain XP, dude. And then I was on a box for 3 hours.
What annoys me more is that you guys were doing the box codes, and I was literally doing the material caches to the north, and I was doing that for like the 3 hours you were doing the boxes,
Really?
and I did not get a key.
Wait,
Really?
Oh,
I didn't know
wow.
that.
And then people in my chat were like, "Why are you not helping them with the box?" It's like, I'm trying to do the material caches because I think this could give the key. And then everyone was like, "Oh, you're just being mean. You're not helping." It's like, yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying different things.
wow,
And I didn't get a key.
toxic micro.
That's crazy. You were actually doing the caches?
Yeah, and then after that, I was like, screw it. Like, you guys have stopped doing the box. I don't want XP waste anymore. Then I came back with Mr. Resident Sleeper at the 89 spot. And me and Hiscores was standing there, and we were doing it, both T-boosting at 87, and he was like, "Pog," and he ran away, and then he opened up the thing and got the achievement, and I was like, fuck. He got it before me.
Oh yeah, I also don't like the whole journal broadcasts either. I think the mystery broadcast should have been just for the puzzles.
I
I
guess.
also
Yeah.
think that the first person that completes them should get like 5 times XP.
Yeah, that would be good.
I guess, yeah.
The amount of time you spend on the puzzles is quite large for like the
Yeah,
Zaros
I mean,
and
especially
stuff.
if you're the first person to figure it out.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you invest that time, you 5-head, you deserve to get like.
I mean,
Are you talking
5.
about the Caradet ones?
yeah.
Just any of the puzzles?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And Everlight would be one.
Everlight,
Yeah.
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 My chat done it for me. So the cool thing that happened, dude, it was sick. Like, I'm not lying. This is probably the coolest moment I've ever had on Twitch, right? Because I went there, I couldn't figure it out. So we were like, we'll do it together. So I took a screenshot of how it started, figured out how all the 4 moves were on the last puzzle. Then someone in my chat made a program that you could click to move them in the order that it would show.
Wait, really?
And then, yeah, and then the people used that program to figure it out, and then someone gave me the moves and told me to do this, and I went there and I did it.
That's crazy.
Alright, who did the last one without a guide? Because I didn't.
I used Maikeru's stream.
Your stream did it for you? Yeah, I there was no way I was gonna figure that one.
I think me and Lee at least had to do it without a guide.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
the first
What
Yeah.
the hell, you 5-heads? Wait, so how did you do it? Like, did you just sit there, or did you take a screenshot and go back and?
Just sit there and like analyze the moves.
That's crazy. How long did it take
Like
you? What?
30 minutes for the last one.
Holy shit!
Yeah. I don't know, my brain wasn't working at the 4th one, so I just took 30 minutes for heading it. I don't know.
Just kept clicking until it worked.
Yeah, the 4th one was I just didn't want to waste time, honestly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing.
You can figure it out, but it takes
Yeah,
some
yeah.
time.
Like, it's the same. It was this dude, the Saradomin one, the top of the moving pillar thing. I took a screenshot, teleported, then literally like I was doing it for like 5 minutes, right? Because I didn't know like the shield thing. Like, I was just like,
Yeah.
I like Twitch chat was telling me nothing, right? They was just being like, they were just like, PP laugh, he doesn't know, PP laugh, he lacks critical information, right? But then like I saw the shields and I played around with it for like a minute, and I was like, fuck it, took a screenshot, teleported out, and then I figured it out after like 10 seconds after teleporting out. Then I realized that it fucking reset.
I actually did the same. I was trying it, and then I was like, what the fuck, I can't do this, I'm out. Then Lee went, did it, Maikeru did it as well. I'm like, okay, I'm at that numb. I went back and I did it. I was like, okay.
Did you guys see the shield? Like, well, also I like had a hard time knowing where the shields were in the images.
Yeah, same.
Maybe I'm just Pepega.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to see at times.
Yeah. I had no idea what they were, but I heard Maikeru what they mean in streams. I just took that and
Then he
did
copied
it.
me. And,
Wow,
and then I thought he stole the
leeching.
achievement off of me.
Wow.
But it was okay because
Yeah.
I didn't have the research anyway. So like it was like Lee got this, and literally 2 seconds later I got it, and I was like, what? Did I just get scammed? But then it was okay because I didn't have my researchers who I would have researched the last thing I needed, so I ended up getting it like half an hour later. So, it wouldn't have got stolen as such. So it was okay.
I love the incentive behind like exploration, discovery, and especially like puzzle solving. I love that side. Even though I, sucked at it for most of the part. I feel like we mostly sucked at it because we didn't want to XP waste, and 2, we were all sleep deprived.
I think it's a mixture of both, and like always in the back of your mind, it's like I can't spend too long on this. I need to get it done, and then you're like rushing, but then also like I don't understand, and then like you just leave, and then be like that was so easy, and then you go back, and then you've actually wasted time by trying to be efficient and teleport out.
Yeah,
and it's like okay,
but I feel like we figured it out after teleporting out because we're like we have like a calm mind and we're not like thinking about XP wasting, right? We're just focused on the puzzle.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I think that's what makes this skill so fun, is because it has like the mysteries and stuff tied into it, and then the logs tied into it and stuff. There's a lot of skills that are like just mining and smithing. If mining and smithing had logs where you would have to make your own armor, hand them in, and you might get a reward that you can then purchase stuff with, that could be quite cool, stuff like that. And I think that's the extra element that this skill had on top of the original like RuneScape-y feel. And I think that's what made it so fun, like the extra.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. That's going into Iron Man kind of fields. I don't like that.
What the?
I would love like future content to be similar, like quests and stuff, for there to be like difficult puzzles and for people to like I want the first people that figure out stuff to gain a huge benefit, right? Like a perfect example for that is the ancient summoning. The guy who figured out ancient summoning first made a colossal amount of GP, right? And I love that.
How much did he make? Do you know?
I don't know, but he was
assuming?
the one fucking selling the water fiends at like 2 mil each.
2 mil each?
Yeah, it's
like
insane.
he must. Yeah.
You guys are paying 2 mil each?
He was the only person selling water fiends in the game.
I didn't pay 2 mil each.
I mean, I bought like a few.
Yeah, I bought like 10 at 2
Oh my
mil
god.
each.
But the process was kind of slow if you didn't have the summoning contract or whatever it's called.
Yeah, some Reaper demons sold for like 10, 15 mil.
Yeah, but I assume he made a shit ton.
Probably, yeah.
Right. So, but
True.
I like that. I love that. He solved it. He figured it out, so he gains a huge benefit. And I would love like other pieces of content, like quests, to have something like that, for there to be like a really difficult puzzle or like riddle, and the first person to figure out gets access to like a good example of that is like tormented demons, right? Like while Githix sleeps, like not a lot of people got access to it early, and then the people who got access to it didn't figure out like that dark light was the way to take off the shield. Like the people who figured that out first like made a lot of money. Do you guys remember the trick at Tormented Demons where you range with a crossbow, then you switch to dark light, and the bolt gains the dark light effect, so it takes off the shield?
That still works.
Does it? Well, I mean, who does that? I mean, like, don't people just legacy, like, main hand dark light, offhand crossbow?
With a nihil.
I made a video on that method, and it was one of the first videos on YouTube for the method, and I got called a limey spastic, and there was a lot of hate
Limey?
for that.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, limey spastic, I don't know. But there was like the amount of hate that I received for that video in particular. I have never received hate like that on any video I've ever made, except for that Tormented Demon one.
Wait, why?
Because apparently it was like this method that like wasn't really that well known, and now everyone knows it because it was quite early on to people like doing the AFK method, and like, dude, the amount of like stuff I got, and it did crash D-limbs though. D-limbs went from like 10 mil to 4.
I swear that method was like a thing like a year before you made that video.
Yeah, but that's why it wasn't well known, right? Because like, even though it was around for a while, I knew about the method for a couple of months before I made the video, but not that many people knew of it.
Yeah.
So like that, oh man, that was it was kind of insane. That was definitely a weird time on YouTube for me. But yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, I was getting sidetracked, random things.
I have one little fun story. First time when I got a spear, like shortly after I hit 114, I was talking to Lemmy, and his masterwork spear wasn't selling for like 1 bill or something. So I just gave my spear to a friend for him to make masterwork. And right before that, I asked him to like put it in GE in case it sells for like 1 bill, so I don't lose money. And it insta sold for 1.3 billion.
And I had to sell mine for 125 in trade. I was like, what the fuck?
So you sold the Masterwork spear for less than the tier 90
Yeah.
spear? That's insane. So you obviously sold the first tier 90 and then the first tier 92, but people had an offer in for the tier 90, not the tier 92 apparently. That's kind of funny. I remember selling one. That's another thing, right? I remember you messaging me, Lee, and you were like, "Oh, you don't know how much they are right now." And then I sold one, and it insta sold for like 400 mil. No, insta sold for 600 mil, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then like 5 minutes later, you messaged me and you said, "Oh, I just sold mine for 800 insta." And I was like. Literally 5 minutes have passed and it was like 200 mil more. And it's like, how? How did this just happen?
Was that, did you make Masterwork? Or
Normal.
did you make the normal?
No, just the normal spear, but it was like really, really, really early on, right? So
Yeah.
I think
Wait,
it was.
I got it really early on as well. Wait, did we all get like a spear like really early? Because I got it 114.
How much did you sell it for?
750. Insta.
See, everyone sold it for more than me, man. I got it, and I was like, I'll put it in, see how much it insta sells for, chuck it in for like 500. It sold for 600. 5 minutes later, we have this Mr. Lee guy. It's like 800 insta. It's like, okay. And then Omid obviously sold it a bit after Lee, I guess. Got your
So did
750.
we all get one like at 114?
Yeah, that's the thing I noticed. Like the first one, like to many people, came fast as fuck. Like legit in 30 minutes to an hour. It's weird.
We were just all very lucky, except for that Ken guy.
No, I didn't go to that spot. I skipped the 115.
You didn't go to the 115 Bandos area?
To be fair, I only did it for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, same.
My idea was to just camp the Zeros.
Wait, you did it for 30
Yeah, about 30 minutes.
Wait, you got 2 pieces in 30 minutes?
I got first one 30 minutes in and like second one 2 hours in.
Shaking.
And like
my
after
head.
the second one, I just went back to the 114
my
spot,
God.
Zeros.
I camped that place a lot because I had shit logs.
Me too, yay!
Wait, but my idea was to just camp the 114 spot for logs. For the
Yeah,
one,
okay.
The
Yeah, I
118.
finished my logs. That's why I went to the 115 to get.
Wait, what do you
115
mean?
so I could-
114 is a log starter.
Oh no, I got enough to the because who was it? Was it Lemmy and me who calculated like how many you were going to get?
It was
by
like
the time-
35 or something.
Yeah, I got that many, so that's why I moved to the next.
Because otherwise you would have had to have camped to the 118 spot for longer than what was needed, because then you wouldn't go to the 119 in time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's look, in hindsight, it's probably worth sticking to the 114 even so though, because doing the 118 at that level, even at 119 while you're getting the log and just finishing the
Honestly, if you done like the 118 until you hit 118 and then boosted to the 119 and just went back during pylons, like that would have been probably more efficient than doing the 115 spot.
I wanted to do like, how many of you guys like stopped doing the 118 and only did it on pylons? Because I only did it for like 10 sets. Because I should have done it a lot earlier, but I didn't.
I wanted to hit 120 ASAP, so I just did all of them, or as much as I needed to.
Oh, okay.
I did it for a while, but I wouldn't just stay there for pylon. I'd do 30 minutes pylon and another 30 without pylon.
Wow, inefficient.
How's that inefficient though?
Disgusting.
No, because like you lose XP like banking and stuff for like if you're gonna just be there for 30 minutes, not that like much worth it in my opinion, but whatever.
I mean, honestly, most of the one thing that kind of ruined a lot of like the strategy that I had was the 2 hour thing, the 2 hour research. How do you guys feel about that?
Oh, I just did it because I just said it like I had to bank at that time anyway, so.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, if the 2 hour research thing wasn't a thing, I was planning on using a yak alongside a water fiend. When your inventory fills up, you just summon a yak, bank everything, just...
I think most of us were doing that, right?
We were doing that slightly before we unlocked the 107
Yeah.
guy, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like,
I only
know
did
a lot
that
of you guys
on
were doing
the
that.
105 spot, the Sarah spot.
Yeah.
That way,
Yeah.
I could have made use of my 5 Grace Yells. But I never used 5. I just used 3. Yeah, use 3 like every 2 hours.
I only used
like
2.
2.5.
Yeah, I also
Wait.
used 2. And Porter's inventory.
Oh, you Porter's in inventory. Right.
Yeah, just a couple.
There's so many times I just forget to send out research. Oh my god, it was so bad. Did any of you guys do that, or was that only me?
I had a timer for research.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, I
god,
know.
I forgot so many times. I don't know why. Fucking when I was streaming, I just always forget.
I was just checking every 15 minutes my log.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, me
really?
too.
I'd hear the noise because the noise is like, I don't know, really like pleasant. It's a nice alert, so I always noticed it.
Oh no, I mean like I would claim it and then I would forget to send another one. That's what I meant.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
I had
No.
chronotes in my preset because of that reason.
Yeah, I didn't even have the log on my preset. I just had timers.
What'd you have in your pocket slot then?
Was it the Passage of the Abyss? I think.
Oh,
Ah, okay.
I didn't like the Blade of Dive spots, so I just teleported to the exam center with the Passage of the Abyss.
I saw you
That's a
doing
good
that.
idea.
I was doing that, but then I decided not to. Because it was like barely faster.
I don't know. I just go full Pepega with the Blade of Dive.
No, it makes sense. Oh yeah, I can't play dive because I lag too hard.
I don't know. Like I play with like 60 ping. I don't
How
know.
do you survive?
it was so funny. The day before the SCO release, I PM-led me and I was like, "Hey, are you competing?" And he's like, "Yeah, I guess so." Like, I don't know.
I actually didn't know if I was gonna invest.
I mean, I think a lot of us were like partially invested. Like we were invested, but like didn't expect the race to be so clean. Basically.
Yeah, I was just aiming for front page.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that I had managed to be top 5 of you guys, so I'm very happy on how everything went. And the fact that me, Omid, and Lee, we were literally like an hour between us all, like it's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was not expecting Maikeru to go so hard. Anyone else surprised?
Yeah, I didn't expect you to go that hard either.
Am I accepted in your guys' club now? Am I cool?
I will say that I think we shouldn't have told each other like our XPs and stuff, because once we did, we kind of like figured out there was gonna be Lee, me, then you. But if we didn't tell each other, it'd be like constant like tension for who's gonna be where.
I actually thought someone was gonna snipe me. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna get 200 mil weight before I did, like 5 hours before.
Wait, what, Lee? Were you sweating when you realized
Yeah.
that you miscalculated? I was like leaning back and not doing anything, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm like only 10 minutes behind, 15 minutes behind
Yeah,
you.
like when you started repairing artifacts. Oof.
Fucking Lee was like, oh shit, I miscalculated. I'm like, I'm only like 5 minutes ahead of you. I'm like, and he's like sweating.
I remember someone in your chat, Omid, was like, Lee's he's not repairing, he's going to excavate again, and you were like, what? It was like, that means he doesn't have enough artifacts. And then like it got very good. It was
Oh
funny.
man,
I like that.
I missed that. I was sleeping. Feels bad.
Oh, this guy. How much you guys sleep afterwards?
8 hours.
10 hours?
I slept like 3 hours, grabbed dinner, and like 2 hours later I was sleeping again for another 11 hours or something.
Dude, my body wouldn't stop sleeping like 2 to 4 hours. Like I was waking up every 2 to 4 hours. I couldn't like sleep longer.
No, I crashed hard.
I was hating it because I was just like, please just let me fucking sleep. It's like, I was wondering if any of you guys had that experience.
No, not at all.
No.
How much did you sleep for, Lee?
Yeah, like I got it at 8 a.m. or something, 200 mil I think, so I went to sleep for like 4 hours, and then at the night I slept 16 hours and 12 hours, next 2 days.
What?
Nice. So 28 hours in 2 days. You love it.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
What the hell? Dude, sleeping that long would feel worse than sleeping 1 hour.
yeah, it's horrible. You wake up all sweaty and stuff.
What about you, Ken? I know I watched your stream and you were like selling like all of your stuff off, and you were like, no one give you stupid offers, and then everyone kept giving you stupid offers. You got
Yeah.
really angry
Oh my
and like
God.
frustrated. Then you're like, I just want to sleep.
I wasn't that. Honestly, I wasn't that tired. I was only up for like 20 something hours by the time I got 200 mil. But yeah, it was like 8 hours, I think. But I was
Yeah,
really
that's fair.
scared my rank was gonna get sniped. It almost did actually. I think like I was only an hour ahead or something. But like it took me like 5 hours after you guys finished, so it was a pretty big gap. So I was sweating, dude. Like this skill in terms of racing to 200 mil was kind of scary because anyone could snipe your rank. You never know.
Yeah, because you didn't know the XP. The amount of people that would come into my chat and be like, "Oh, you know, how did you pass Lamy?" It's like, I haven't. He just hasn't restored his artifacts. Just give him like, you know, a couple, like 2 days, and then he'll be 200 mil. And
People
then like,
so
it was
confused.
kind of crazy to see because you could never trust the highest scores once you hit 120.
And then there was like the like right before everyone was getting 200 mil, there was the update, so you could get like a 40-hour log or whatever. And it's like, oh god, because like your XP didn't reset when the update hit. I don't know how much you guys got off that, but I didn't get very much because I went to sleep like right after the update, pretty much.
That's fair enough. I didn't really care too much about not lobbying. I know Lamy would like stay on the whole time and not lobby. So like then when he logged out, he'd get like 20 hours of progress. I didn't really do that. I just kind of done my thing, and if chat was like, "Oh, if you lobby, you'll be first for memes," and then you look back in 2 hours' time, and Lamy will have like 6 mil ahead of you, and you're like, "Okay."
No, the first hours were frustrating. I'd log out ahead, and then I wake up and people were already back ahead of me. I was like, oh my god, just go to sleep, guys. Come on.
Did you guys ever look at your friends list and go, "Can this guy go to sleep?" Because I thought that a couple times at Omid.
All the time.
I was like, "Omid, how are you still up?"
Dude, the funniest thing thing when I was looking at my friends list is Lee fucking logging in.
Yeah,
For like
he
an
kept
hour,
logging at
then
one point.
disappearing for like 2 hours, and logging in for like 10 minutes, logging out for like... It's like, what is he doing? Is he Is he okay?
I remember
I
that.
saying the same thing. I spoke to you. I remember PMing you about it, and I was like, I think it was you and Lamy that I was talking to, and I was like, I don't know what the hell's happened to Lee. He keeps sloppying, and Omid was like, "Yeah, I think he's dying." And I was like, "All right."
Yeah, because he kept talking in my chat about how like sugar gives him a boost. I was like, he's crashed on like a sugar rush. That's what's happening. It's like I don't know, Omid. I think sugar like it gives you a good energy boost. I'm like, no, sugar intake is bad for long hours.
And then he slept for 9 hours.
Fucking hell.
So
What happened during
Lee?
that time? Yeah.
You want to
Yeah, I was
tell us?
just blacking out, I guess. Like,
Wait, so after you slept that 9 hours, it was like you slept 9 hours and then you stayed up, and then like you would just like randomly lobby for like an hour or something. We were like, "What's wrong with Lee, dude? Is he like dying?"
I don't know, I felt like it was like 5-minute lobbies or something. I don't know.
He doesn't
Like, I
even
just closed my eyes and poof, there goes 20 minutes. Yeah.
That's fair enough. Like when you're racing and stuff, when you've been up loads of hours, it does just take one eye shut,
Yeah.
and then you drifted.
Was it actually hours between?
I
Like 1
think
hour,
so.
maybe.
For one of
I think
them.
once I saw 1 hour, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it was like it was like an hour. Then you woke up, came on for like 10 minutes, and it was like 20 minutes. Then you woke up, came on,
Yeah.
and I think you stayed on after that. But it was very interesting to talk to others about it because I guess we were all checking our friends list at that point because it was like, you know, people had like 150 mil XP or something, so it was getting a bit like closer to the end, like day or two away.
Yeah.
And we were just checking in on each other. It
Yeah,
was
I was planning to do like 60 hours no sleep at that time. But like I was in
my
Ken's
God.
chat and everybody was like atting me, "Lee, are you okay? Are you okay?" So I just decided to go for a snap or some quick nap because I thought Omid was gonna nap too.
fair.
When I woke up, like Omid's still awake.
Omid never sleeps.
I kept looking, dude. Like, I'd be like, "Is Omid sleeping?" And they'd be like, "No."
No.
Okay. And then I remember messaging you, like, "How long have you been on?" And you're like, "About 60 hours." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh yeah, you guys want to know the most OP thing about archaeology and doing long hours? Having someone to wake you up.
Yeah.
That like you got like a lot of people probably slept through their alarms. I did for the first like 2 weeks, but then like I just got my brother to wake me up, so it's just like there's no way I'm gonna sleep through that. And
Same.
I slept through my alarms like 2 times. I slept for like 8 hours. But then once you had like someone to wake you up, it's just that's honestly the most OP thing about doing long hours. Hardest thing is like getting up more than anything, like rather than staying awake.
Yeah, definitely. Getting up after a nap. I remember Ken I was in Ken's chat and he was like, "It's so annoying. Omid has his brother to wake him up, Maikeru has his mum to wake him up, and I'm home alone."
Is that my dogs, dude? They won't bark on command though.
But yeah, it's definitely super helpful having someone come in and like physically like hello.
It's
like, get you up.
overpowered, dude. It's unethical.
Definitely nerf, please.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we'll have to end it there because we've been chatting for like over an hour and a half. But thank you everyone for coming on. I appreciate you all. You're all very fun to chat to, and I enjoyed racing you all and everything. Congrats again, Mr. Lamy on number 1 and everyone on top 5. If you have anything you want to say when signing off, feel free to do so.
I didn't enjoy this at all.
Wow.
Okay, thanks, Lamy. That's good insight. Thanks. Will you be racing next time, Lamy? Do you reckon?
I don't know. I want to say probably not, but we'll see.
That's a yes.
But you're a gamer, so you'll be racing. Sounds good.
I wish they did like a limit of hours a day you could train, so I could sleep.
Would that really be a race then?
Yeah, it's an efficiency race. Like
I
you
guess
get
so,
like
yeah.
10 hours a day, and you do
Or
your
it's
best.
a GP race, you know? Who has the most fun?
We'll do an Ironman race next time, Lamy. How's
Let's
that?
do it.
Oh, okay, I'm out, guys. Yeah.
Alright, thank you for coming on, everyone. Have a lovely day.
was a
I'll catch
pleasure.
you all
Thank you.
later.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. Can I stop recording now? No, bro. My internet's shit. This gonna take like 10 days to upload.